55-year-old Michael Lewis charged with stalking for allegedly sending the 22-year-old Indiana Fever star multiple messages and posts.
How scared Caitlin Clark must have been having seen him, because he looks very disheveled.
Morning, Mr. Lewis.
Guilty.
No.
This is somebody who doesn't look like they're very connected to reality.
I mean, the tweets do not stop, and some of them are so disgusting.
Famous basketball player Caitlin Clark is struggling. When she's not hanging out with her friend Taylor Swift, she's hiding from a stalker who's intending to harm her. This man has gotten so aggressive that he's been driving around her home 3 times a day and has found himself locked up for it. Caitlin Clark is in danger, so let's get into it. They say that fame comes with a price, but is it worth it if you feel like your life is at risk every day? That's the unfortunate reality for Caitlin Clark. Now, Caitlin is one of the biggest names in college basketball right now, dominating the court with record-breaking performances and electrifying skills. And because Caitlin's gotten so much attention, she's got friends like Taylor Swift or Patrick Mahone now. So she's hanging out with the big dogs, as she should, because she's a great basketball player. But alongside her rising fame, Caitlin has faced deeply troubling situations involving a stalker. This man is named Michael Thomas Lewis. He's 55 years old and he's from Texas. And he's been arrested for sending Caitlin a series of threatening and sexually explicit messages over several weeks. She's even canceled some of her public appearances because she doesn't feel safe. This man is traveling hundreds and hundreds of miles to try to get to her. So the stalker Michael Lewis was arrested on January 12th in a hotel in downtown Indianapolis. He allegedly traveled from his home in Texas to Indiana after first sending messages to Caitlin in mid-December. The content of these messages sent from his Twitter account was both explicit and frightening. Michael wrote messages like, "Been driving around your house 3 times a day, but don't call the law just yet." Michael shared his intentions to get close to Caitlin Clark at her games, whether in Indianapolis or otherwise, saying, "I'm getting tickets. I'm sitting behind the bench." Prior to his arrest, officers with the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department made contact with Michael on January 8th. Michael, according to the court documents, said he had a, quote, imaginary relationship with Caitlin Clark and was simply taking a vacation in Indianapolis. Quote, "It's an imagination fantasy type thing," he said. "It's all a joke. It's nothing threatening." Which, excuse me, sir, wait, what? Your imaginary vacation with someone you do not know? Lock him up. Let's take a look at some of his Twitter activity. Okay. At Caitlin Clark, I love you so much. Caitlin, I love you so much. They said I was sending threatening texts, but I was just trying to do was to get some Clark sex. Ain't too many. Oh, he's using slurs out here that can handle me. Every morning I get woke up by a rock ball boa constrictor. Rock hard dig. Thank you for your highness. Oh, what? Thank you, Your Highness. What you hitting for breakfast? Donuts and wieners and the blankets? So he's sending really weird, like, what are you even saying, sir? Like, this is so unattractive.
55-year-old Michael Lewis charged with stalking for allegedly sending the 22-year-old Indiana Fever star multiple messages and posts via the platform X starting in mid-December. In one message, Lewis allegedly telling Clark that he drove around her house 3 times a day, and in another, he allegedly stated his plan to go to a game and sit behind her team's bench. Police say Lewis even traveled from his home in Texas to Indianapolis to be closer to Clark. Investigators tracking him to a hotel near the team's home arena and questioning him about the messages. Police warning Lewis to cease contact with Clark, later arresting him on Sunday after they say the messages continued.
Here's the reality. Insurance companies often do not want to pay you. If you are injured in an accident, their job is to delay, deny, and underpay. And they get away with it when people don't know their rights. That's why you might need Morgan & Morgan. They are the biggest injury law firm in the country. They've secured billions of dollars for their clients, including a $12 million settlement in Florida. And that is 34 times what the insurance company originally offered. And unlike other firms, they don't just settle cases for quick cash. If the insurance company does not pay up, then Morgan & Morgan is happy to take them to court. And the best part, you don't pay anything unless they win your case. If you have been injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan and use my link forthepeople.com/Sloan or scan the QR code on the screen and you can file your claim right now. It takes minutes. You probably could finish one before the end of this video. The consultation is free. The process is simple. There's nothing to lose. Thank you, Morgan & Morgan, for sponsoring this video, and enjoy. My heart goes out for Caitlyn. No one should feel unsafe, and I wonder how many more Michaels there are out there. This person wrote, Twitter is responsible for allowing this to happen. They're trash. Another person writes, this is actually awful. Another comment reads, that is so creepy how he acted, then said it was a joke. He's got a murderous obsession for sure. That's how creepy stalker men act towards women and then kill them. Which has led Caitlyn Clark to have to disguise herself. According to court documents, police advised Michael Lewis to stop sending messages to Caitlyn that could be perceived as threatening, but the messages, they continued. Now, of course, Caitlyn is smart and she's never responded to this creepazoid. Now, the FBI actually got involved, and it looks like Michael's messages were linked to this hotel in which he was staying at and the public library. The office is actually doing everything they can. They said that just because she's famous does not mean that she's subjected to this kind of treatment, which thank God, because usually they don't do enough when it comes to these cases. Caitlyn also spoke to police about the case, saying she feared for her safety and was taking measures to disguise herself in public. It looks like the Indianapolis Star reports that prosecutors seek to ban Michael Lewis from both arenas in Indiana so that he can't go and sit behind the bench like he wants to. Now, this man was brought into court because he's being charged for harassment, and he is so unwell. He actually had outbursts while in front of a judge. Michael interrupted the proceedings with multiple outbursts, including a claim that he is guilty as charged. He later contradicted himself, claiming prosecutors got the wrong guy because they forgot to attach a junior to his name on the court records. He also told the judge that he takes medication. The judge entered a not guilty plea on Michael Lewis's behalf, and Michael said he doesn't intend to seek bail, so he's gonna just hang out there in jail, I guess. He later blurted out in court, "Throw me the bookie. I'm free." Now, of course, he was instructed to shut up and sit there, Michael, but he can't help himself. The guy is unhinged, and just makes me sad for the mental health crisis here in America. It is getting severe, people. I'm like, whew. Even in Los Angeles, I'm like, do we need a new mayor? Like, I think I should start studying it up. Because, you know what, I'm 30 years old, I'm starting to get to that age, you know, YouTube. I'll be on here on YouTube forever, but let's go and try to fix some things because there's some mental health crisis out here. We do have clips from court, so let's go ahead and react to those.
Morning, Mr. Lewis.
Guilty.
No, sir. This is initial hearing.
Oh.
We are not. You have a right to remain silent, and I expect you to exercise that. Okay, this is just telling you what the charges are. You do not listen. I'll give you a chance to talk. Not your time.
Throw me the bookie.
Stop talking.
Oh God, I mean, I go in between feeling like what a nightmare, and then at the same time just feeling like that's someone's son who's clearly been through something, and but again, it shouldn't come at someone's expense. Like, screw you, man. Leave Caitlyn Clark alone. Go get some therapy. This person commented to lean back in the chair. Laugh emoji. Another person writes, guilty as charged. Don't let him out, bro. Another person writes, I hope Caitlyn Clark stays safe. How creepy. And another person quoted him, guilty as charged is outrageous. They read through the charges that Michael terrorized, frightened, or threatened Caitlyn Clark and caused reasonable fear of sexual battery. Now, he was asked whether he has mental illness, and he told the court, I need my medicines. Asked again whether he needed an attorney, he replied that he needed his medications and that he cannot afford an attorney. So I think the state needs to go and, give him one. They did ask him where he lives, and he admitted that he lives in his vehicle. He told the court he has $100 in savings and that his car, a 2016 Toyota Avalon, not bad, is worth a ballpark of 10 grand. Nice. Okay. So he's got some shmoney. Michael signed court orders agreeing to stay away from the arenas and have no contact with Caitlyn Clark or Caitlyn's boyfriend. Now, I don't know why he's adamant on no bond or bail. I mean, I don't think he can afford it, but because it'd be about $50,000. So he said confidently, I'm here and I'm staying in Indianapolis. He is charged with one count of stalking and accused of engaging in a course of conduct involving repeated or continued harassment of Caitlyn Clark. Police found him through an IP address, linking him to a hotel in downtown, which honestly, people, like, that's why you just don't do no shady stuff. Do you not understand? It's 2025. You're gonna get caught, people. Like, don't look up anything bad. Don't do anything bad. Like, I'm so scared to do anything bad. Like, I already feel like we don't even live in authoritarianship, and I'm just too scared. Like, I'm not even trying to look at someone the wrong way because I feel like you're gonna get locked up.
Dr. J.P. Garrison, he's a forensic psychologist.
My first reaction is how scared Caitlyn Clark must have been having seen him, because he looks very disheveled, looks very disorganized. When you see him, you go, this is somebody who doesn't look like they're very connected to reality. So it's a scary thing to see somebody like that that's coming after you, basically.
I mean, this is somebody who was obsessed. I went on the Twitter feed. I mean, the tweets do not stop. And some of them are so disgusting and crude, sexually crass.
Mhm.
You know, she probably, yes, sees him on TV on the clip. And it was like, oh my God, I'm totally more freaked out than I already was.
Now, unfortunately, Caitlin Clark is not the first and won't be the last. There are plenty of people out there and in sports who are a victim of stalking. A player named Paige Beckers, an All-American point guard for the University of Connecticut, had an Oregon man arrested, and he pled guilty to stalking her. Paige's stalker is named Robert, and he emailed UConn staff about wanting to marry her, quote, have children with every white woman alive, he said. Robert, who also claimed to be a member of the royal family, was slapped with a 1-year suspended sentence and 3 years of probation. And he actually was banned from the state of Connecticut for that entire probation term, which, thank God. Now, this is just the latest in recent raft of incidents with high-profile women appearing to be targeted by obsessive stalkers. Now, there aren't just basketball players or celebrities being stalked. There are people out there, maybe even someone watching this video right now who's dealing with a stalker, and it is so scary and disheartening, and I just want to send love and protection to you. A quick little prayer to anyone who's dealing with some demons, some mentally ill demons who, you know, we feel bad for them, but we feel more bad for the stalker victims. Please protect the stalker victims and try to keep those demons away from them. Give them the white light of protection around you, and just make sure they're safe. And Caitlin Clark, I hope she has some peace of mind knowing that he's going to be locked up at least for a little bit. That's what's scary about this stuff, God. So please give us some good protection. Amen. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye, guys.